In this video, we're turning a track around. So I'm using a different DAW, as you can see from the screen. I know you're used to me using Magic Sequoia, which is my primary DAW, but this time we're using A-Studio. Now within A-Studio, I have some stems that my clients send for mastering, and I master the track. Now sometimes when clients send me tracks and I master them and I really like them, I usually like to create my own twist to the track. For this specific track, I like the drops, of course I mastered the track, but I wanted to give my own personal twist to the second part of the drop to make it more energetic for my personal listening. As I like to drive cars and listen to some cool music, I wanted to include this specific track into my own playlist. So A-Studio is perfect for that because I can do that within minutes. Now, if you can see from the screen, I did some changes around the second drop. Now, why I chose A-Studio is because this tool is powered by AI and it can generate certain things I like. And it can generate almost every single instrument or vocal or lyrics, and it basically analyzes the track, adapts that specific signal you want to generate to the exact BPM and to the feeling of the track, to the rhythm, so you won't be getting something that doesn't fit the track. Now, once you know how A-Studio works, this is what I did. So if I zoom in to this specific section, this is how it sounded before, so bypass what I did here and just play the track as it is. So here's a quick demo. As I said, very nice track, but I wanted to make it a bit more energetic for, again, my personal listening. So what I did, I used a brand new feature that A-Studio features, which is called Add a Layer. And how it works, I can, for example, select the part where I want to add a new layer, click on this Add a Layer feature here, and then it opens up a window that looks like this. Now here I can select what I basically want for this track. Do you want an instrumental for a vocal track? Do you want your vocals with custom lyrics? You can generate drums, bass, guitar, synths, which I use for this specific project, or you can go fully custom and describe what kind of instrument you want A-Studio to generate for you. In this case, I went for synths, and what you can see here, I went for cinematic analog synth, which I combined with the original synth. Now it generated some interesting results that sound like this. Sounds more energetic to me. Now I did something additional to this. I didn't just generate and leave it as it is. A-Studio is very flexible and you can add your own manual touch to the exact project because you can select the signal you want to adjust and you have this mixer right here. Now you can adjust the level, which is very important for this. And at first this was very loud, so I had to lower the level, I believe, by 2-3 decibels. And you also have the FX. Now within the FX, you have a specific panel. You have the EQ section, you can select how you want the specific synthesizer. Would you like it to be the lead, the bright? Would you like to be more in the background or as a choir? It depends on yourself. And you also have the compression. You can optionally de-ess the audio or add some reverb. But for this synth, I wanted to leave it as it is and just do some compression, doing this lead so it really stands up front in this track, and I also did some equalization so it doesn't collide with the rest of the instruments within the mix, so it really blended in. And again, it turned out to be pretty impressive. So let's take another listen at how this works. Now you think that this is it. No, I did another thing. If we scroll before to the very first drop, I did another creative thing that I wanted to add, which is some lush ambient I added to the first part of the drop. And this is just to support the main track and really give it some more ambience. So let's hear how that sounds as well. Studio is insane, and I always like going beyond the specific DAW I'm currently using. So I use multiple DAWs for certain things, and this DAW is very fun to use, very flexible, and you can blend both manual and AI work to make something incredible. Make sure to check out Studio, let me know what you think about it, and let me know which DAW you want me to review in the next video.